Hi self-healers, the Epi-Nutritionist here with your daily medical astrologist Ephemeris prediction. This is for April the 6th, Saturday. You may have noticed that I don't do these every single day. There's just not something to say every single day. So I'm only choosing aspects that are likely to impact enough people. However, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have any sort of medical or health experience that day if I don't do a video. It just means that it would be unique to you. So it would be something about your personal transit or your solar progression or your perfected chart. So today we have something unique. We have a conjunction between the moon and Uranus. And these are two of my favorite planets. The moon is a luminary, obviously not a planet, but Uranus is one of my favorite planets, and the moon is too. These are just, it's like spooky meets sci-fi. So I love Taurus as well. My ascendant is Taurus. Uranus just moved into Taurus. It's going to be there for like 7 years. For me, it's in my first house. So Uranus really brings a lot of change and kind of change out of nowhere. So for me, something about my identity, the way I view myself, or even my appearance is going to change without without much warning. So this is I think, really significant place, and anything at the first or the last degree of a sign is going to be pretty powerful. So what we have here today is that these two planets are conjunct, basically right at the beta star of Andromeda. So what you'll see here with this placement, especially if your natal sun is between 0 and 2 degrees Taurus, is that you're a very creative and kind and charismatic person, or you may just be feeling that way today. Maybe your solar arc progressed sun is 0 degrees Taurus. So if you're about 30 years old and you were born in Aries, then, is that right? Yes. I just had like a moment. So you might be really feeling this today. So you might be really just feeling on point creatively or just charismatically. Not only that, but you're beautiful, you have a brilliant mind, you have really great devotion, you possess a huge kind of ability to forgive people, and I think that's really beautiful. And you can kind of kill people with your kindness. You have this way of like winning people over with your kindness. So, and you can also have really good fortune in marriage or just life in general. But when we see the moon and Uranus conjunct here, especially if you have your sun at 0 degrees Taurus or your solar arc progressed sun at 0 to 2 degrees Taurus, you might not feel like you're from this world. You might feel a little bit alienated and like you think a little bit differently, and you may need to take a second to witness today that you're not crazy. You're totally sane. Even if you are hearing voices, those voices are more than likely your spirit guides, because you have an ability to connect to the spirit world. In fact, you may live in the spirit world more than you live in the earth world, the physical world. So be aware of that. Be aware that people might notice that about you, and it might make you come off as having your head in the clouds or like a little bit woo-woo or spiritual, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, because not everybody feels that connection to the spirit world. Even if your sun isn't here in Taurus, if you have any sort of aspect happening, like your moon in this degree of Taurus or your natal Uranus in this degree of Taurus, which is possible, then you also might be feeling this real pull to the spiritual world. So today is going to be probably creative, probably intense. If you can't come to terms with this side of you, you may want to consult a spiritual healer to try and find a balance between the spirit world and the physical world so that you can get your day-to-day, mundane, banal activities completed and still have room for your creativity. And also, you really want to be careful about protecting your energy. And I have a friend who's really good at talking about this. Her name is Ashley Ahmadzai, and you can find her on Instagram. Just type in Ashley Ahmadzai. I'm not exactly sure what her exact username is, but she's the psychic life coach, and she knows exactly how to coach you through protecting your energy. Other than that, one thing that comes with this real sensitivity and spiritual connection, especially with Uranus, is a sensitivity to electromagnetic fields, also known as EMFs. So a sensitivity to Wi-Fi, as well as if there's solar weather activity happening, or even the lack of solar weather, even if there's like coronal holes happening, because we are in a solar minimum right now, quite possibly a grand solar minima. If you want to know more about that, head over to my biohacking account, experimental_Betty. That's where I put all my Self-Healer Institute stuff, and I did a really, not that long, but like a 10-minute video on the solar minima and how that can affect your health. So this might be affecting you more today, especially if you have natal placements or this is making some sort of aspect to your natal chart, and you could be experiencing insomnia or anxiety tonight. So maybe take a little bit of magnesium before bed, not too much. You know, probably not more than 400 milligrams, especially if it's magnesium citrate, because it will make you go to the bathroom. And if you don't already know how to muscle test yourself to find out the right dose of whatever you want to take or eat or just put in your body in general, I'm also going to link a free muscle testing video course below. This is just a handful of self-muscle testing video lessons so that you can learn how to be a self-healer and learn how to take control of your own health and really understand if something is right for you. Just because it's considered healthy, just because there's research, doesn't mean that it's going to be effective or even safe for you. So what I'm here to do is to help you add additional lines of evidence in your health decisions, and medical astrology is one way to do that, but self-muscle testing is a practical day-to-day way to do that. So check out those links below. I am so grateful to be in your orbit, and I will see you tomorrow or the next day or whenever we have something really cool happening in the sky.
They tell me aim for the moon, and maybe I'll land on a star. But the things that I see, that's what's really gonna take you far. Do you even know how truly bright you are? You shine a new light in my whole world, yeah, you truly